Hi everybody, I'm Sarah from So Studio, and I wanted to do a little video today to tell you guys what we've got going on next month at the studio, and show you a machine and a project, just for fun. Next month is embroidery month, so we're doing some lecture series classes about the machines, about the software, about stabilizers and thread and things that you would need to know to get into the art form of embroidery, machine embroidery. And then we're doing a couple of project classes. We've got Kimberbell Christmas ornaments, a zipper pouch, and a couple of other fun things on the embroidery machines. So today we're going to do a little demo of a Kimberbell Christmas ornament, and this is a really fun thing to give to neighbors on a bag of, maybe you have some homemade cookies that you're giving out this holiday season and you want to put them in a fabric bag and dress them up with an ornament, or you could hang them on your tree or on a wreath on your front door. They're really cute and fun. So we're going to demo that today. But this is the Janome Memory Craft 9850, which is a fairly new machine for Janome. They combined sewing and embroidery in this unit, and it's got an amazing price point, which we really love. It's $17.99 for all of the features that it has. It's really an excellent price. So we're in the stitching mode right now. So we've got our utility stitches, decorative stitches, alphabet. And then another thing I love about this machine is it has the sewing functionality built into it that some of the higher end machines have, so you can tell the machine what it is you want to do. So if you want to do applique, and it will give you some appropriate stitches for applique, it'll tell you which foot to put on, and it will adjust things like thread tension, presser foot pressure, stitch length, and stitch width appropriate to what it is that you're doing. So it's a really smart machine, and it's great for people who are learning and experimenting with different things and might need a little confidence boost from their technology. So that's the machine. We're going to switch over actually to embroidery today. So I'm going to open up this carriage arm on the back. The embroidery unit does come off of the machine, so if you're not using it, you can take it off for storage or for moving the machine around. All right, and then we are going to open up the design that I've got in here already. And we're going to make Frosty the Snowman, and it's a Frosty the Snowman snow globe, which is super cute. So this machine comes with two different hoops. This is the 5.5 inch square hoop. It also comes with a 5.5 by 7.9 inch hoop. Today we're using the smaller one, and the only thing that I've hooped so far is some stabilizer. And then everything else we're going to just float on there. So I'm going to slide this under here and hook it up in the back. And I've got some blue thread loaded, which matches our background color, and so I think I'm all ready to go. The embroidery foot is on. Drop down my presser foot and hit start, and the machine is going to stitch out a placement line. Now I can stop and trim off this thread tail real quick, get it out of our way. Okay. Put that back up, and it's just stitching out a placement line so that we know where to put our fabric down. So that's going to be the size of our ornament, and we chose this really cute art gallery fabric as the background. And so when I put it on here, I just want to make sure that I've completely covered the blue circle that the machine has stitched, and then it's going to do the tack down line. And it's sewing the same circle again, and this time it's just tacking down the fabric to hold it in place. And this is what I mean when I said that we're just going to float everything in the hoop. So we haven't actually hooped the background fabric, we only hooped the stabilizer, and then the background fabric is just tacked to that. Okay, so that was step 2. Now we are going to put down the snowman, but I don't know where to put my snowman fabric, so I've got to let the machine do the fabric placement line for the snowman. So you can see how this project would be fun to do with a child too, because it's not particularly difficult. And it's kind of like building blocks or putting together a puzzle. Lots of fun. And now that that placement line is on there, I'm going to put some white fabric. I've actually done 2 layers because I didn't want to be able to see the background fabric through my snowman, so I've done 2 layers of white. And as long as I'm covering my fabric placement line, I should be good to go. Now it's going to do the fabric tack down line to tack down our snowman. And we can see it's starting to take shape. Now, at this point, I'm going to unhoop, slide off here, and I need to trim this extra fabric around my snowman. And this guy is supposed to look just a little bit crafty and fun, so I'm not too worried about it being perfect. But we're just going to trim the extra so that all we have left is our little snowman. I'm using some embroidery scissors that have a duck bill on them, and sometimes I go back and forth whether I want the duck bill inside or outside my stitch line, but they do certainly help in picking up the fabric and trimming close to that line. And they're angled, so even when the fabric is still on the machine, I can get under there and trim threads and trim fabric when I need to. This set is by Janome. They're nice and sharp. Okay, so I've got my little snowman trimmed. And he's cute there in the forest. I'm liking that already. Okay, so now back to the machine. And the machine knows exactly where we were, so when I re-hoop it, everything is lined up again. And the next step is the brim placement line. So now the machine is going to show me where to put this green vinyl for the brim of the hat. So these are Kimberbell glitter sheets, and it's just a glitter vinyl. We've got a green and a red, and the green's going to be the brim of the snowman's hat, and the red's going to be the rest of the hat. So that's where the green needs to go. And once again, I'm just going to cover that up. And you could use tape if you were doing this project with a child and you didn't want to get fingers up near the needle. You can use some tape to tape your pieces down so that you don't have to feel like you don't have to hold them as the machine starts to stitch. And we can trim off extra threads and things like that. So now I need to cut off the extra green vinyl. So we're running this class twice in October actually, so that we can keep social distancing, you know, and give everybody plenty of space to work on the machines. And so you'll have an opportunity at that class to check out the different machines that we have in stock by Janome for embroidery. See what you might be comfortable with. And our studio space allows us to spread people out at the tables when we have a limited attendance. So that's what we're trying to do right now, is just keep our classes kind of small, so we can all be safe. So now we're going to do hat placement line. And then we're going to slide that under and tack it down. This project is one of 12 on, oops, I missed it a little bit, but I think that's okay, on the Kimberbell disc, Whimsical Christmas Ornaments. when you take the class, you'll get this disc to take home, and you'll have the patterns and instructions for all 12 of these designs. And we'll do a couple of them in class so that you have an idea of how it all works and get some practice before you take it home. So now we're just going to trim that one. I love the Kimberbell designs. Last year we did nativity scene ornaments, and they were so cute. We did a little sheep, and that was really fun. But this year we thought we would change it up and do the whimsical set so that we'd have something different hanging on our tree. So this vinyl is really easy to cut, actually. Very smooth. Dig out this little bump right here. Okay. Got my hat on there. Put this back on the machine. And now the next piece is to do all of the sketch lines, and for that I want to change my thread color to black because I want this to look like a little drawing of a snowman, pencil drawing. I'm using Isacord embroidery thread, which we sell. It's just a nice, not very linty, smooth running thread. I don't have a lot of problems with breakage or anything like that. Oops. This machine's really easy to thread. And it has a needle threader, which always helps as well. Okay, now we're ready to go with the black. I'm going to do a couple of stitches and then I'm going to stop and cut off my thread tail here. And we'll just let it go. So these machines you can set to different stitch speeds. And you can watch here where it's doing the stitch count. So we're on stitch 860 out of 2000 approximately, and right now it's stitching at 400 stitches per minute. The design's going to be 3.9 inches square when it's all done, and it takes 5 minutes of machine run time for it to finish the design. That does not include changing threads. So it shows you here that it's on step 9 in the process, which lines up with our Kimberbell instructions here. So it's doing the snowman sketch lines, step 9. We got a bunch of other Kimberbell stuff in this shop right now as well. We found a bunch of fun things. These are pot holders with a chenille technique. This is actually where you stitch down fabric and then you end up tearing it in a way that looks like chenille, which is really fun. Christmas hot pads. Mug rugs. These are great gifts for people. And mug wraps and candle wraps, which is also a great gift. Here's some seasonal banners. All this stuff can be done very easily on your embroidery machine. This is a piece by number kit, machine embroider by number. This is really similar to foundation paper piecing if you've ever done anything like that. Okay, so we are done with step number 9. And now we can see our cute little snowman. So step 10 is eyes decorative fill, and I'm just going to do that in the same color. You could give them any color eyes that you want. Okay, And then we're gonna do our cute little carrot nose, and for that I do want to change thread. You always want to pick up your presser foot when you're threading a machine or unthreading a machine. It opens up the tension discs and allows the thread to get seated down in those tension discs. So if you're stitching something on a regular sewing machine or an embroidery and you're having trouble with tension, that would be one thing to check, is if the thread actually made it down into the tension discs. And sometimes you just kind of floss it a little bit to get it in there. Okay. We'll get ourselves a carrot nose here. Okay. Cute, cute. All right, now we're gonna do something really fun. Now we're gonna make this into a little snow globe. So we're gonna end up putting it in one of these bamboo hoops with some pom-pom fringe around the outside. But in order to make it like a snow globe, we wanna add some glitter in here, and then we wanna lay over a piece of vinyl. Okay, so we've got some glitter. Just gonna put a little bit in and just leave it right there in the middle out of the way of the stitching. And then I've got some vinyl, also by Kimberbell, that I'm going to lay over the top. And I just want to make sure that I'm covering my exterior line here. And then again, if you have little hands doing this project, you might wish to tape it down so you don't have to hold it. I'm just going to hold it and make sure that it goes where I want it to go. That thread out of the way. Off and running. Now I could also see making a bunch of these and then putting them on the front of a pillow, a seasonal pillow, or maybe a stocking. You could just do applique and add it to the front of one of your decor pieces. Would be really cute. Or it would make a really fun holiday card for kids to give to grandparents. They could stitch one of these out and then they could glue it to the front of a card or stitch it to the front of a piece of thick paper and then write their own little holiday message inside. So on the disc, like I said, there's 12 different designs. And a couple of them have this snow globe effect to them, but you really could do it on several. And then a few of them are embellished with sequins and things, and then a few of them have some different stitch techniques where you use dissolvable thread in the bobbin and do a couple of different things to make the stitching stand up at the end, which is really cool. So we'll do maybe one of those in class and one of the snow globe ones, and just give everybody an idea of how it all works. It's gonna be really fun. And then you get to take the disc home. And if you don't have an embroidery machine at home, you can always rent one from the shop. But this is a really excellent option for an affordable machine. And that's it, we are done. So if we take it off, we can shake it up a little bit to spread out that glitter and see how Frosty looks in his snowy snow globe. Fancy. That's it. You guys have learned a little bit today, and your creativity has been sparked. And that you will join us sometime next month for one of our embroidery classes to learn a little bit about the machinery or to just do some fun projects. If you have any questions, please give us a call. You can find more information on our website under the classes tab, and sign up soon because space is limited.